This is the Manchester City team that we all know and love, but today they're in America, baby. That's right, I took all of the best teams in world football, put them all into the MLS just to see what would happen. 28 of the world's best teams in a playoff format. Who's gonna win the MLS trophy? Let's find out. And basically the plan is to let chaos ensue. You might be wondering though, why is the MLS so different? Well, first of all, they run from January to December, but that doesn't really matter. The main thing is the playoffs. That's right. The league doesn't just end by whoever gets the most points. Every season, there's gonna be chaos. It's a one-game elimination. Absolutely mad. I can't wait to see what happens. Also, it will be interesting to see who actually goes to the MLS. I wonder if they'll keep their budget. I wonder if all the money will go back to the Premier League. But it's already deadline day, so let's have a quick look at what's happened. Biggest deals. Kieran Tierney's gone to Brighton, so he's left the MLS. Arsenal are in the MLS and gone to the Premier League. Elmas the exact same. Napoli are in the MLS, but Fulham are not. Dahoud as well. Jamie Vardy's gone to Aston Villa, and it doesn't look like any of our MLS teams are picking up any big players. Interesting to see. Oxlade-Chamberlain's gone from Liverpool to Benfica. I wonder because the MLS makes less money than the Premier League, that over the course of a couple of years, the teams that were once rich in the Premier League are just going to slowly lose their money and just get worse and worse and worse. Also, because of the playoff format in the MLS, you can finish mid-table, like 7th, and still win the league. Yeah, that's how crazy it is. The MLS is an absolute mess, but I'm excited to see what impact it will have on world football. And we're already at the second deadline day. Let's see what's happened. Oh, massive transfer. Okay, Saliba has gone from Arsenal to PSG. That's an inter-MLS transfer right there. Emil Smith-Rowe's also left Arsenal, gone to Crystal Palace for 50 mil. Pavard from Bayern Munich to Atletico Madrid. Gertrude, that's the first purchase that we've seen from a non-MLS club to an MLS club. Granit Xhaka has left Arsenal as well, gone to Juventus. Everyone's leaving Arsenal. Livakovic, the goalkeeper, has gone to Tottenham. I don't know how they snuck into the MLS, but they are there. Taremi's gone to Real Madrid. That's another MLS signing. And Fred's gone to Everton. Let's go to the end of the season and see who wins the inaugural MLS Superstar season. I should not call it that. That's a terrible name. It's called soccer, and this is what the league table looks like. Top of the Eastern Conference is Manchester City. I don't know why they're in the East and West. I suppose it's just fairly random. Newcastle finished bottom. Spurs sneak in there. And in the West, Inter Milan top it. That's interesting. Real Madrid right behind them. And a massive fall off. There's Napoli, Sevilla, and Barcelona. Right down the bottom, Villarreal, Juventus, and Atletico Madrid. Interesting. Oh my god. So they're the 7 playoff teams from the West. They're the 7 playoff teams from the East. A lot of draws in there for some reason. Man United beat Dortmund though. Roma beat Napoli, and 4 1-all draws. I don't know why. So in round 1, Bayern Munich will play against Liverpool, PSG will play against Spurs, and Dortmund play against Man United, right? Yeah, okay, that's how it works. 2 plays against 7, 3 plays against 6, 4 plays against 5, and then 1 gets a bye to the conference semi-finals like this. In the conference semi-finals, it's PSG crashing out to Bayern Munich. They go through, and Man City beat Man United. So it's going to be Man City versus Bayern in the conference finals. Also, Real Madrid beat Roma, and then Inter and Sevilla drew. Okay, Real versus Bayern. Interesting. So Real Madrid win the Western Conference. Bayern Munich win the Eastern Conference. So we're going to go to the MLS finals. The biggest game in American sports was a draw. I hate FIFA. But don't forget about this. You have the US Open Cup, which is basically just their version of the FA Cup. Leipzig lock out Dortmund. Manchester City beat Man United again. In the semis, Real Madrid and Man City drew. And then Real Madrid win the US Opens Cup. Way. Okay, Real Madrid win the MLS. There you go. Weghorst wins the... No. Oh my god. Weghorst won the Golden Boot. Oh, this is so realistic. Yes, I love FIFA. In what is effectively like a Super League, Weghorst won the Golden Boot. So in the inaugural MLS season, Real Madrid did the double. It says a draw there, but they won it. And they win the US Opens Cup. Real Madrid do a double in the inaugural season. That's huge for them. Let's see if they can do it again next year, or let's see if it can be another team. Maybe an upset's on the cards. Also, in order to avoid draws in like the semi-finals and the finals, I'm going to simulate this all out with Villarreal. I think if I stay in the same league, it should simulate out fine. Let's give it a go. The Ballon d'Or just happened and I forgot to check it. No. Anyway, let's go to deadline day and see what happens. And here are the big transfers. Oh my god. Aussie men to Bayern. 120 million. Jesus, the money is not falling out of this league. Ansu Fati has gone to Wolves. So he moves away from the MLS. So Bayern Munich are going to be extremely strong. Watch out for them, Real Madrid. Mukoko goes to Stuttgart from Dortmund. That's such a shame. He's so good in simulation. And remember, this is just January. This is the smaller transfer window. Wait till summer when you're going to have massive transfers. Bigger than this, maybe. And speaking of the summer transfer window. We're going to check it out. Also, the MLS theming is absolutely mental. Szoboszlai is actually gone to Liverpool. That's very realistic. 69.8 million in the 2023 summer transfer window. That's exactly what happened in real life. Gnabry leaves the MLS and goes to Aston Villa. Jonathan David joins Leicester. Gonzalo Ramos joins Lyon. Kepa joins Crystal Palace, so he goes back to the Premier League. Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones both leave Liverpool and both move to non-MLS clubs. And Caicedo goes for 24 million to the Portland Timbers. Oh my god. It was what, 90 million off his real value. That's crazy. We're here at the last game week and it's on for the playoff spots. Roma and Benfica and Marseille as well could actually still drop out. Arsenal are down the table. Of course, we are as well. In the East, PSG, Real Madrid all tied up. PSG ahead on goal difference, but remember, whoever wins that gets a bye past the first round, so that is a vital first position to get. Then the bottom we have Spurs, which is lovely to see, Manchester United and Leipzig, and the playoff spots were settled a long time ago. Roma didn't quite make it on goal difference. Marseille lost, but it didn't quite matter. PSG made it, but I think they drew their game and Real Madrid lost, which is, yeah, they did. Extremely lucky. So PSG get a bye and Milan also get a bye. Here are the fixtures. Let's go and see what happens now. Oh my god, what just happened? So Man City got through, Juve got through. Real Madrid won on penalties. Okay, my drawing theory worked. Marseille beat Atletico Madrid, was quite surprising because Marseille are one of the weaker teams in this entire thing. They are the 7 seed and they knocked out the 2 seed. That's crazy. Real Madrid Liverpool is huge. Wow. Barcelona Marseille and Liverpool knock out Real Madrid. That's huge. Wow. So it's Liverpool Barcelona who beat Marseille. Man City beat PSG and then Milan beat Juve. So the 1 seed Milan go through, but the other 1 seed PSG, Man City beat them. And then going into the conference finals, it's Milan versus Barcelona and Liverpool versus Man City. So we are going to have an English team in the final of the MLS. And we're going to watch this final as well, whoever it may be. And it's going to be Milan versus Man City. Wow, 4-2. What a game. In what was once considered a laughing stock of a league and what is now the biggest league in the world. It's the MLS final. It's AC Milan versus Manchester City. There's the MLS Cup, by the way. Really cool trophy. I'm very excited. This is the first one that we're going to be watching. Here we go. Man City versus AC Milan in the MLS final. It's a nice warm Sunday evening in LA. Feels like a preseason match, but here come Milan straight off the bat. Picked up by Ederson. Yes, my manager name is Mr. President. Yes, that text is barely legible. Brilliant play. De Ketelaere. Good save. Leao down the left-hand side, and here we go. Man City have been carved open. What can Leao do? Oh, almost a penalty. Man City skating on very thin ice. Milan, the number 1 seed in their conference versus the number 4 seed out in the East. Here we go. Benacer. Oh, picked off. Half-time already. It's 0-0. Great ball to Leao. Can Leao get there? Oh, Ederson punches. There's no one there. What can he find? Sets back Haaland. Sets through. What a save from Magnan. Haaland maybe could have shot that himself. Look at the press from AC Milan. And Ederson is nowhere to go. But of course he picks out the pass. Not quite. It's picked off. Here come AC Milan. It's Benacer. Great ball. De Ketelaere saved. That was the biggest chance of the match. But they do get a break here. They break out of the press. Brilliant play. Cancelo tries to play through Haaland and it works. Here comes Erling Haaland. Blazes it over. That was poor. Is it Adley? Here we go. Good stop again from Ederson. He's the only thing keeping Man City in this game. Rodri, Haaland, Foden. Great ball. And it's over. Extra time in the MLS Cup final. Okay, here we go. MLS football has never been this exciting. And here come Man City. And now there's loads of space in Milan's defense. It's Erling Haaland through the gap. Here we go. Big chance of the game to Phil Foden. Oh my god. That should have been a goal. That should have been a goal. What a ball. Leao in behind. Big chance. Goal. That's it. That's the winner. Rafael Leao just won the MLS Cup for AC Milan. Doesn't sound like a big achievement, but in this simulation, it's everything. Foden had a chance and missed it. Leao got his chance and buried it. AC Milan win the 2nd MLS title after extra time in LA. That was a really intense game. I was on the edge of my seat for that entire thing. And there we go. MLS Cup champions. Put that on your resume. Get any job in the world. And the AC Milan captain, Mike Magnan, lifts the MLS trophy. There we go. AC Milan win the MLS. Oh, and also in the US Open Cup, Man City made the semi-finals and lost. AC Milan lost in the 2nd round to Atletico Madrid, who went on to win it. That's 2 seasons finished out of 10 that we're gonna do. AC Milan have 1 title. Real Madrid have 1 as well. Let's see what happens in the next 80 years. Transfers, trophies, triumph, and torture. I can't wait. Jesus, that was intense. Why did I say that? Upamecano leaves the MLS, goes to Leicester. Leicester. Julian Alvarez does the exact same thing, and Martinelli joins him. That's madness. Almost 300 million worth of transfers there, all gone from the MLS. Evan Nilsson does stay in the MLS though with Juventus. That is huge. The biggest 3 players of this entire transfer window all leaving the MLS. And here's another one. Garnacho leaving Manchester United and going to Famalicão. That's my best effort. Oh, we're at deadline day once again, but this is the summer one, so it's going to be big. And Andy Robertson's gone to Bayern Munich for 85 million. That's a lot to pay for a 30-year-old. Konate has gone from Liverpool to Sevilla, 80 million. Gravenberch leaves the MLS and goes to Wolfsburg. Gavi as well leaves the MLS. Oh my God, everyone's leaving. Okay, I didn't think this would happen. There's not a lot of players actually joining the MLS. If anyone's moving anywhere, they're normally leaving. Like Lo Celso and Wan-Bissaka both going to Wolves. And before the last game week, let's have a quick look. Arsenal could fall out of the playoffs, and the top of the West is completely up for grabs. It's Man U versus Borussia Dortmund. And in the East, it's Chelsea at the top, and it's unlikely they'll come down. I mean, they do need to draw or win. Although they do have Bayern to play against, which is not an easy game at all. Man City, Juve, PSG, or Inter could all finish top. That's so tight up there. It's because Sporting got 18 points and got whipped every game. And in the playoff fight, it's really on. Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Bayern could all crash out. And here we go. Chelsea do finish top of the East, and Real Madrid do not make it through. And in the West, Newcastle falls short, and Man United finish top. So Manchester United and Chelsea both get buys into the conference semi-finals. Let's have a look at round 1. Spurs versus Arsenal, a North London derby in America. Yes, you heard me right. And here's the result. Spurs knock out Arsenal. What a shame. Barcelona beat Man City as well. Last year's finalists did not quite make it. Also, AC Milan are 11th in the East after winning it last year. They've had a terrible year this year. I don't know how that happened, but Bayern beat PSG. Look at those games. Just massive. Let's go and see what happens. And here's what happened. Barcelona have Juve to play, and Spurs have Man United. So we're going to have another English team in the final, but also Barcelona on penalties over Bayern Munich is huge. Barcelona and Bayern Munich were the 6th and the 7th seed respectively in their conference, and they both got to the semi-final, and Barcelona made it the whole way to the conference finals despite being the 6th seed, and Juventus are the 5th seed, so the entire top 4 are just gone. So it's going to be Juventus versus Tottenham in the MLS final. I'm just going to sim straight through it. And Tottenham finally going to win some silverware for the first time. No, they're not. Of course they're not. They bottled it. Juventus won the MLS, and Real Madrid won the Open Cup. So Real Madrid have 3 trophies, Juventus have 1, AC Milan have 1, and Atletico Madrid have 1. Let's check the Ballon d'Or. I haven't had a look yet. I wanted to kind of let a couple of things sit for a while, let the MLS change really take effect on world football, and this is one of those things, the Ballon d'Or. I mean, it was going to be one of the best players in the world, but is it going to be somebody from like the Premier League, or will it actually be just full of MLS players? Wow, it's 3 Lazio players and a Leicester player. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That is fascinating. 3 Lazio players and Big Dom all nominated for the Ballon d'Or. Come on, Dominic. Calvert-Lewin for the Ballon d'Or. Oh, yes! Dominic Calvert-Lewin wins the Ballon d'Or. That makes no sense. This is only 3 seasons in. Think how mad it's going to be in season 10. Kolo Muani. Okay, that is nothing to do with the MLS. And one person leaving the MLS, and one person just switching clubs in the MLS. Interesting. Nothing to do with the MLS, or this one, or this one, or this one, or this one. These massive, massive football clubs seem to be losing stock. Kolo Muani, biggest transfer of the window. This has nothing to do with the MLS, or this one, or this one. Whoa, okay. 2 away from the MLS, 3 away from the... Oh my God. The MLS is just losing all of its talent. This is mad. Koku Almalda as well. Adeyemi to Leeds United. Okay. The majority of people are either leaving MLS clubs, or the MLS clubs aren't even involved at all, which is very surprising for the biggest transfers of the entire window. You would expect one of the top 30 clubs in the world to be involved, but obviously not. Skriniar goes from Inter to Leicester. Leicester are just scraping up talent everywhere. Mukoko leaves Stuttgart and goes to Gladbach. No MLS for him either. Joe Gomez leaves the MLS as well. These transfer fees are huge. Jacob Ramsey from Valencia to Lille. I also saw this written down. Mikhailo Mudryk is now a Norwich City football player, which is absolutely crazy. I think he went for about 45 million, but that transfer fee didn't even make it onto the transfer board. There were so many transfers that just went down, way more expensive than his, that didn't even get a mention. That's crazy. And I may have been a dum-dum and missed it in previous years, but this time I'm here for it. Marseille versus Man City. That's a surprise. Marseille aren't aren't one of the best teams in this league by any means, but they are up there. They are 5th in their conference, granted. Leverkusen are top of the West. All the big clubs are just in the East for some reason. Oh my god, it wasn't Man City. Marseille did it. The God run. Oh my god, who did they beat? They beat Porto, Monaco, Barcelona, Dortmund, and Man City. That's crazy. What a run. Marseille get a trophy. That's surprising. I didn't think they'd win anything. And this is what it all looks like. Real Madrid dominated the Eastern Conference, even though it's really strong. Bayern Munich just missed out on a playoff spot. They are playoff teams, by the way. And in the West, Arsenal top it with way less points. Oh my god. Arsenal topped it with 50. Real Madrid got 83. If Arsenal were in the Eastern Conference, they would have been like 11th. But teams from different conferences do play each other, so it just goes to show the strength of the East right now. Leipzig as well get in. Monaco got 34 points and still qualified. They won 7 games all year and still qualified for the playoffs. Liverpool got 40, which would have landed them like 5th in the playoffs in the West, but they came last in the East. And in the first round, Spurs win, PSG win, and Man City win the Manchester Derby. Leipzig, Porto, and Leverkusen also get through, which is wild. Conference semi-finals, Arsenal and Porto play each other now in the final, as well as City versus Spurs, and that is where we are at. 3 English teams. It could be a North London derby in the MLS finals. Arsenal are the best team out in the West, and in the East, I wouldn't write off Spurs. And Spurs won, but Arsenal lost. Ah, you can't take that away from us. So it's going to be Spurs versus Porto. Spurs made the final last year and lost. Are they going to do it again? Oh, they're not. Tottenham Hotspur win the MLS. That's crazy. They came out of that really strong Eastern Conference, won the entire thing. They beat Inter, Real Madrid, Man City, and got to the final and converted it against Porto. That's crazy. Well done, Tottenham. So this year's trophy winners were Marseille and Tottenham. Not Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Bayern Munich. None of them. Here's Leicester City, a 5-star team, including Ballon d'Or winner Calvert-Lewin. It's a very similar team to what they normally have, but it is 5 stars now. West Ham are a 5-star team now as well. Wolves aren't far off either. Wow. And if we look around the MLS, yeah, most of the teams are still 5-star. So we have Arsenal, Monaco 4-star, of course, Chelsea. Yeah, there's still a lot of quality here. And the best teams in the world are MLS teams currently. However, down the line, are people going to come here, sign to an MLS team? I don't know if they will. 2025 Player of the Years, Ollie Watkins, Kudus, Bailey, and Bergwijn. And the Player of the Year was Kudus. 85 overall, but he's the Ballon d'Or winner. So funny. 2 Aston Villa players and Bergwijn. Oh my god. Wow. 2 over 100 million transfers. Pellegrini, Roma to Leeds for 130 million. How does Leeds have that kind of money for an 87 rated player? I have no idea. Hakimi goes from PSG to Atletico Madrid, so he's staying in the MLS, which is good, for 120 million. Klozek leaves the MLS for 66. Anthony Gordon also leaves the MLS, and that's all I can say. 2 massive transfers, summing to over 250 million combined. That is ridiculous. Let's go to June and see who won the Champions League. So we've been in the MLS now for a couple of seasons, but let's just have a look at the Premier League once again and see what state it's in. Premier League win the league title. I'm with West Ham, and this is what the Premier League table looks like. Everton top after 38 games. They win the title. Burnley with Cincinnati and Chicago Fire. I had to swap a couple MLS teams in here. Don't shoot me, okay? Leeds and West Brom drew the FA Cup final, and Nottingham Forest won the Carabao Cup. The Champions League was won by Valencia over Wolverhampton Wanderers. How did they make the final? And you can pause this if you want. This is what the group stage looked like. I can't believe some of these teams even made it in here. New York City FC made the Champions League. How did that happen? Real Sociedad won the Europa League, and in the Conference League, Crystal Palace. Lovely stuff. This is the group stage here for the Conference League. Again, some terrible teams. And the West Ham team is looking very, very strong. Castile's in nets. Alexandro is just so much stronger. It's so much better. Here we go. Oh my god. 161 million. Kvaratskhelia is gone to Aston Villa. Wow. Another player leaving the MLS. This keeps happening. Nunez goes from a Premier League club to another Premier League club for 100 million. Gonzalo Ramos, 97 million. 2 non-MLS clubs. Subimendi, also all Premier League transfer there. Another all Premier League transfer. How do Nottingham Forest have 91 million in that's ridiculous. Quadio Kone goes to Leicester City. Nicolas Shula leaves the MLS. These signings are all huge, but none of them really have to do with any MLS teams buying anyone. They're all selling, like Højbjerg and Barrow and Ferreira and Tillman. The Premier League are going to have the best players in the world again. And on the 23rd of September, once again, it's Barcelona versus AS Monaco. It's Monaco. That's surprising. They beat Man City, Atletico Madrid. And this is the state of the league heading into the last couple of games. Barcelona are top of the East, and in the West, it's Roma topping it. Milan are over in the West again. Yeah, so the teams do kind of change from time to time. But this Eastern Conference is still ridiculously strong. Monaco are 5th in the West and still won the US Open Cup. That's nuts. Spurs, who won it last year, are 10th. They might not even make the playoffs. The storylines here, there's just so many to keep track of. And the season is done. Manchester City finish runner-up to Barcelona. They go through immediately, as do Borussia Dortmund over in the West. Milan make the playoffs once again. Liverpool in 7th, barely making it, leading to this round 1. Let's go and see what the results are like. And there you go. Man City scraped by Atletico Madrid on penalties. And in other ties, Porto knock out the cup winners Monaco. AC Milan beat Dortmund. Roma beat Porto. Okay, cool. PSG and Real Madrid also go through. City crash out, as do Barcelona. Last year's winners Tottenham are nowhere to be seen. And in the semi-finals, Roma have Milan. So an all-Italian affair. Milan won on penalties and PSG just converted against Real Madrid, I suppose. The 3-2 result is not bad. So it's PSG versus AC Milan. That's huge. Mbappe, Messi, if he's not retired. There you go. That's the PSG team. Mbappe, Messi, Neymar. That's ridiculous. This is what happens in these simulations. AC Milan have no reserves, like, whatsoever, basically. This is what the team looks like. It's really, really strong. And it's a rainy day in the Dignity Health Stadium. Yes, we're back here for some reason. It's AC Milan again versus PSG, who have incredible talent, and they have built upon it in this simulation. The likes of William Saliba and Milan have to withstand their talent. This is going to be incredible to see. We are in the rain, but we are still in LA. This Milan defense defended so shrewdly against Manchester City. Can they do it again? This Milan team is also very unchanged. They still have Leao, Tonali, De Ketelaere. But the PSG team has no Neymar and no Messi. I can't see either of them. Vitinha, Ruiz, Mbappe, goal, 1-0. PSG didn't wait around to extra time. Mbappe in the first half converts his chance and PSG take the lead. Kylian Mbappe, of course it is. And here come AC Milan. Brilliant ball. Is he through? Not quite, but he is. Leao. Here he comes. Good save. And that's halftime. Just like that, PSG are definitely on top. Milan look like a completely different team. They look nervous, actually. Off the post. Oh my god, I didn't even know what happened. Maybe Milan are getting closer. De Angelis, great ball. Nogueira to Mbappe. Goal, 2-0. Just like that, Kylian Mbappe has had 2 chances all game and he has buried both of them. And it's 2-0 to PSG. This might be insurmountable for AC Milan. 30 goals in 30 games for Mbappe. And PSG get one more chance. Here comes Mbappe straight through the space to De Angelis. Back to Mbappe. Angelis, good save. That's going to be it. It's all over. PSG are the MLS champions in 2026. So we've had 2 French teams win both of the trophies this time around. Monaco won the cup and PSG win the MLS in the drizzling rain. They've tried and they've failed, but this is their time in the Super League of the MLS. It's PSG winning the MLS trophy for the very first time. Congratulations. It's the biggest achievement of Mbappe's career. The World Cup is minuscule compared to the MLS. Ballon d'Or nominations are as follows. We have Kolo Muani, Kubo, Moise Kean, and Martinelli. Okay, so they're not actually too bad. This isn't like Dominic Calvert-Lewin level, but still, you know, where's Mbappe? Where's Haaland? Not even like Vinny or Leao. We just have like good players, I guess. And the winner is Moise Kean from Everton. An Everton player has won the Ballon d'Or. And oh my god, the Ballon d'Or winner, Moise Kean, goes from Everton to Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest just bought a Ballon d'Or winner. This is crazy. Ekitike also leads for Celta Vigo, but he left PSG quite a while ago. Bazunu moves to Wolfsburg. Enrique moves from Orlando City to Man United. So there we go. There's one transfer into the MLS. Sadio Mane leaves Bayern for Freiburg. Van de Beek goes to Club Brugge. Karim Adeyemi leaves Leeds and goes to Real Sociedad for 112 mil. But Moretti, 24.87 rated, 150 million. Watford have that kind of money now. Guiri leaves for West Ham for 100 mil. Gonçalves goes to Aston Villa for 100 mil. All these Premier League clubs just have that budget. Guimaraes leaves Newcastle and goes to Leicester for what is basically 100 mil as well, because Leicester just have that kind of money. Watford, Nottingham Forest, West Ham, Aston Villa, Leicester, Brighton as well. Brighton again. Wolves, Crystal Palace, Leicester again. They just have so much money. Kudus, who was also a Ballon d'Or winner, also goes to Real Sociedad, so they're breaded up as well. How does everyone have money? Because they're all in the Premier League and stuff. And for us here at Villarreal, our budget this year was 86 million. So pretty respectable still, but I mean, it's not like 250 million like Leicester seem to have. The final of the US Open Cup is Milan versus Manchester United. Milan can make up for their failure last year of winning the MLS and actually win something good. And Milan did make up for their past mistakes. They won the US Open Cup. Why is it so low resolution? Anyway, it's not relevant. This is what the East looks like. Real Madrid, Barcelona top it, but Real Madrid get the bye. A 10-point gap then to Juve and Manchester City. Spurs creep in there and PSG barely as well on like goals against against or whatever, head to head maybe, I don't know. In the West, Milan top it, so they get a bye. Liverpool there, Arsenal there, United there. Big clubs to not make it: Chelsea, Inter, Newcastle, I suppose, I don't know. Athletic Club got literally 12 points, the poor guys. And that's what round one looks like. Let's just simulate the whole way to the conference finals and see what happens. And here's what happened. Sporting beat Benfica on penalties, the all-Portuguese affair. Arsenal knocked out Man United, that's a big one. PSG knocked out Barca, which is massive. The 7 seed knocking out the 2 seed in the East. I don't know how they've managed that. Also, Sporting knock out AC Milan. That's Sporting the 4 seed knocking out the 1 seed on penalties. And it's going to be Juve versus Arsenal in the final. Sporting just fall short. What a shame. Juve with a 3 seed. Arsenal were also the 3 seed. And that's what the MLS final looks like. Can Arsenal win a trophy, or will it be Juventus? Every season we've had a new winner of the MLS, and this time it's Arsenal on penalties. Wow. Both London clubs have won the MLS now. Vitinha, Jimenez, Burkhardt, and Calvert-Lewin again. The guy's a monster. Surely he's not going to go back to back. Oh, he doesn't. It's Santiago Jimenez from Man City. So an MLS player did actually win the Ballon d'Or. I have no idea who this guy is, but apparently he's good at the whole football thing. Are we going to break 100 million again? Yes, we are. Cherki from Fulham to Leeds, another all-Premier League transfer. Botman, though, leaving the MLS, and Szoboszlai as well, both of them, for a combined fee of just under 200 million. Gabriel Jesus leaves Arsenal as well, gone to Bournemouth. Pellegrini, who was a massive transfer back in the days, now 66 million. So we have 4 more years left of simulation, and I think it's quite clear after every year it's got even more crazy. The MLS is just slowly bleeding talent, while the Premier League and La Liga, other leagues like that, are just gaining. However, I don't think the bleeding is quite fast enough for it to really matter. I still think the MLS clubs are the best clubs in the world in terms of raw talent. However, in terms of funding, they're definitely not. The Premier League clubs definitely are. The likes of Leeds, Everton, Leicester definitely have the highest budgets. So if we simmed for 20 or 30 years, by the time all of these MLS players will have retired or something like that, the Premier League would probably once again be the best league in the world. It would just be full of other teams with all the money. Instead of Chelsea and Arsenal, it would be Leicester and Everton. Let's see if the summer deadline day can make up for it. 194 mil. Oh my. This is 2 MLS clubs as well. So Juventus actually are getting the funding, but we have oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over 100 million. One of them almost 200 million. Florian Wirtz, 91 overall, 25, 194 million euros. Brahim Diaz leaves the MLS and goes to Fulham for 126 mil. Yusufa Moukoko, Mallorca have 125 mil just lying around. So does Sociedad by Barea from Inter. He's 31 and they still bought him for 120 mil. Almalda, ex-MLS player, gone to Aston Villa for 104 million. Norwich paid 95 mil for Gabriel Veron. The money is just insane. I did not expect this from the Premier League clubs. Lucas Paqueta leaves West Ham and goes to Fulham. 86 mil. So Fulham have bought Brahim Diaz and Lucas Paqueta. Leicester have gone crazy. Mikhailo Mudryk has left Norwich, gone to Celta Vigo for 72 mil. Nanto's gone to West Ham for 81 mil. Alexander Isak's gone back to Real Sociedad. He's left the MLS. Chukwuemeka's gone to Stade Rennes. Tella's gone to Brentford. Kimpembe's gone to LAFC, funnily enough. So much money in these transfers. I did not expect it at all. Let's go to the MLS Cup final. PSG versus AC Milan. That's a replay of one of the finals that we've already seen. Milan won on penalties. The MLS Cup final was this, I think in 2026, but in 2028, it's the US Open Cup. And in the Western Conference, Manchester United lead the way, and in the East, it's Man City. So both of the Manchester clubs topping both of their conferences. Let's see if it stays like that for the remainder of the year. Manchester United finished top of the West, and Man City finished top of the East. There you go. The 2 Manchester clubs dominating. This is the table in the West. Newcastle barely miss out, as do some of the other clubs, of course. And then the strong Eastern Conference, Arsenal finished bottom. 26 points is poor. Sporting got 43, and they would have made the playoffs in the West, but they're in the East, so tough luck. This is what round 1 looks like. Of course, no Manchester clubs in there. Let's see how they get on, and let's see who makes the conference finals. Let's go to there. And it's 3 English clubs. 2 of them are the Manchester clubs. Fascinating. And Real Madrid also make it. So Real Madrid finishes the 2 seed. Chelsea finishes the 3 seed. So a pretty high seeding into the conference finals, which is pretty good. This is what round 1 looked like for all you interested. Real Madrid beat Atletico in a Madrid derby, and Dortmund knock out PSG. Juventus knock out Spurs, and Juventus get knocked out themselves by Man City, the 1 seed. PSG, they did it again over AC Milan. 3-2 this time instead of 2-0, but once again, Kylian Mbappe showing his strength. However, neither of them are in the conference finals. If it's a Manchester derby, we'll watch it. It's not. Chelsea beat Manchester United, and it's Man City versus Chelsea in the MLS finals. We're not going to watch it. We're going to go to next year and watch next year's. I'm going to sim straight through these MLS finals because I don't want to watch every single one, or else this video will be 10 hours long. Manchester City win the MLS Cup. I don't think they've won it yet either. It might be 7 different winners at this point, so let's see. Man City have won 1. Real Madrid have won 1. PSG have won 1. I think Juventus have as well. Spurs have. Arsenal have and AC Milan have. And an MLS player won the Ballon d'Or last year. Can they get nominated once again? The Ballon d'Or nominees aren't here. Yeah, we just have to go straight to the results. It's Julian Alvarez from Real Betis, 86 overall. That is not what he looks like at all, by the way. Why are all these headlines the same? What's going on? Jarradhd, the boy. He's gone from Liverpool to Real Madrid, 131 million in January. 89 overall. He could be up for a Ballon d'Or, no problem. Amad Diallo goes to Fulham for 76 mil. Rasmus Højlund leaves Freiburg and goes to Hellas Verona for 52 mil. And this year's Premier League winners are West Ham United, 6 losses and 78 points. Down the bottom of the table, we have the Whitecaps, FC Cincinnati, and Bristol City. Watford win the FA Cup. West Ham win the Super Cup. Let's go. Aston Villa win the Champions League. Lyon and Fiorentina draw the Europa League final. And the Seattle Sounders and Hellas Verona draw the Conference League final. It's funny. 4 Premier League teams in the Champions League next year is West Ham, Brighton, Wolves, and Southampton. And this is the West Ham team that won the title. Scamacca, Molero, Mazraoui, Inacio, Castile, Declan Rice still here. Captain, leader, legend. Look at this reserves. Nanto Jr., Onana, Guiri. Really strong West Ham team. Enzo Fernandez leaves the MLS, goes to Celta Vigo. Fabio Carvalho leaves for Watford, joins the Premier League once again. Batarina joins Nottingham Forest for nigh on 100 million. Julian Alvarez, ex-Ballon d'Or winner, leaves Betis and goes to Wolverhampton Wanderers, Champions League contenders. Upamecano leaves Leicester and goes to Crystal Palace. An Inter Premier League transfer, another one. Mohamed Ali Cho goes to Leicester City. Santiago Jimenez, another Ballon d'Or winner, leaves the MLS and joins Hoffenheim. So interesting to see. Like, if I just scroll through here, you'll see loads of Premier League clubs. Leicester, West Ham, Leicester again, Wolves, Aston Villa, Fulham. All the big ones that are in the MLS are quite few and far between. Very interesting. And in the US Open Cup, it's Bayern versus Man City, and the winner is Manchester City. They win the US Open Cup after winning the MLS last season. And the actual MLS in the East, it's Barcelona that get a bye. Man City get the easiest tie against Atletico Madrid. PSG and Spurs and Man United and Liverpool all fail to make it through. And in the West, Arsenal top it with 57 points. They would have finished 7th if they were in the East, but no. Also, AC Milan get through. Villarreal, of course, the team that we're simulating with, actually make it. I promise I haven't touched them or anything. I'm just simulating with them. Inter Milan finished bottom, which is very surprising. In the first round, Real Madrid win, and so do Man City. Villarreal, our team, beat Sporting Lisbon. Fairly easy tie, though. AC Milan beat Leverkusen, and Juve beat Chelsea, leading to this conference semi-final. And El Clasico goes Real Madrid's way. Wow. Now in the conference finals, it's AC Milan beating Arsenal. Wow. Man City, Real Madrid. Well, whoever AC Milan have to play in that last game is going to be interesting to see. But AC Milan have been in every single final that we're going to watch, and we're going to watch them once again. And it's going to be Manchester City in the final of the MLS. And we're back here once again. It's Manchester City versus AC Milan. We have seen this tie before. This was the first MLS final that we watched, but they're going back at it again. Can Man City right their wrongs? Can AC Milan get it once again? Beating down Man City once more. Can Man City, with all their auto-generated players, come back? Here we go. Erling Haaland off the bat. Set through. Saved by Manyan. Man City could have converted. Haaland maybe should have converted. Here comes Rodriguez down the right-hand side. Sets in. Rodgers blocked. Great ball from Phil Foden. Haaland off the bar. Haaland again. Goal. That's it. 1-0 to Man City. That early. Erling Haaland was beaten down in the last game against AC Milan. He is not going to take it again. However many years later, 8 years later, who the hell is that? That's not Pep Guardiola. And now AC Milan have their backs up against the wall extremely early. They need some fast play and a quick goal, hopefully. That's so poor from Ruben Diaz. What the hell was that? Great De Ketelaere. Brilliant football layout. Brilliant pass. Brilliant. Oh, good save. We're getting far into the future now, but we still have some time to go. Great ball. Erling Haaland again saved. And that's half time. AC Milan doing fairly well, to be honest. However, this game is end to end. Erling Haaland with the opener for Manchester City, but there's plenty of time left. I'm sure there's going to be at least one more goal in this game. No problem. Speaking of which, here comes Erling Haaland on the break through the middle. Good save from Manyan. He should be scoring that, though. Manchester City are just organized, but this Milan press is relentless. Hackled again. This is relentless. This Milan press is incredible. One extra touch shot. Goal. Oh my god. That was so weak. How the hell did that go in? Okay, I said there'd be more goals and I was right. It was immense in the last game between these two, but that is absolutely atrocious. Oh, that is so poor. Foden, one more. Brilliant pass. Great shot. Good save. Nathan Ake with a brilliant chance set. What a stop again from Manyan. They can't get by him. Haaland muscles his way through. Good shot wide. Is this a counter-attack? Is Maldini down the right-hand side? Can he play Leao in the middle, or is he going to go alone? He's going to run into the corner. Great ball picked up by Ederson. No problem. Maldini absolutely ruined that. We're over additional time, but this is the big chance. Off the post. Cleared. Oh my god. And it's over. There we go. We're into extra time. That was massive. They just hit the post. Manyan has been more or less flawless flawless the entire game, and that could have been it, you know, that really could have been it, but we're going to extra time. We're going to have a repeat winner for the first time in the MLS. Sets in Herrera. It's Herrera. Tries to pass it. Brilliant ball to Calabria down the right-hand side. He's no energy, but he runs anyway. Great ball. That was in. I thought that was in. Manchester City probing immediately. Bernardo Silva, terrible header. So many gaps in that Man City defense. They're about to exploit them. Maldini, what can he find? Plays through Benacer once again. Catalera saved. Ederson didn't even move. He made that look so easy. Bresciani takes it. Gabia. Oh, bit risky here. Bit risky here. And there's a chance. It's McAtee through on goal. McAtee shoots from... Why would he do that? Why? 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 And that's it. Game is over. Penalty shootout it is. Erling Haaland with the first penalty. Misses. Hits the post. Oh my God. And Pobega slots it away. 1-0 to AC Milan. Good pen. Oh, good save from Ederson. De Ketelaere misses. Bernardo Silva to take the lead. Saved. Benacer. Saved. Why are they all going left? Saved. Oh my God, what's going on? Leao, please. Oh, good finish. Score to keep it alive. He misses. Magnan is immense in goals. And AC Milan win the MLS Cup against Man City once again. They couldn't do it in extra time. They needed penalties. But when it came down to it, Magnan was equal to it. He was the best goalkeeper in this game. He was incredible. And he proved it in the penalty shootout. AC Milan are MLS Cup winners. MLS champions, AC Milan. They won 2-1 on penalties. That's absolutely hilarious. Romero, Xavi Simons, Martinelli, and Scamacca. Oh my God. And it's Martinelli winning the Ballon d'Or, 88 overall. He's been nominated a couple of times now, but this is his first time winning it. Vitinha, 173 million, leaves PSG and goes to Real Sociedad. Camavinga goes to Leicester for 111 million as well. Antonio Silva joins Nottingham Forest for 87 million. Moise Kean, Ballon d'Or winner, goes to Burnley. Kudus, another Ballon d'Or winner, goes to Valladolid. Joshua Kimmich joins Chelsea from Bayern Munich, 34 but 45 mil as well. Kingsley Coman joins Spurs. Back at deadline day, Vitinha, we know. Mukoko to Leicester. That is amazing. He'll probably be up for a Ballon d'Or or two in his time. With Leicester, 150 mil. Xavi Simons, Ballon d'Or nominee, has gone to Nottingham Forest. Jurriën Timber has left Nottingham Forest and gone to Fulham. Garnacho to Rayo Vallecano for almost 100 mil. Fatawa Izahaku, I don't know who that is, but he's gone to Brentford. Scamacca, another Ballon d'Or nominee, has gone to Betis. Declan Rice leaves West Ham, goes to Mallorca. Alexander Isak leaves Real Sociedad and joins West Ham. In the East, Manchester City top it by 15 points. 3 losses all year is incredible. They're going to be very strong again this year. Real Madrid, Spurs, Atletico, Chelsea, Bayern all missed the playoffs. And in the West, it's Dortmund that top it by 11 points. So 2 dominant teams. We might see them in the final then. But remember, these rounds are single elimination. So 1 game, if you lose, you're just out. It's a bit of a scramble for the last 2 MLS trophies, and here are the results. Man United are out. Napoli are out. Milan are out. Newcastle are out. I don't know how they made it this far. In the semi-finals, oh, Man City gone. And Dortmund also gone. Both of our really strong 1 seeds already out. Arsenal knock out PSG as well. And in the conference finals, Atletico Bilbao make it to the MLS finals with Barcelona. And it's Barcelona. They were the 5 seed in the East, so pretty low seeding for them. Nominees for the Ballon d'Or this time around, we cannot see. But the player of the year is Karim Adeyemi for Sociedad. There you go. It's been such a variety in Ballon d'Or winners. It's so nice. Instead of just Mbappe, Haaland, Mbappe, Haaland, Mbappe. Like, that's boring. And this is the biggest MLS trophy of all because it's the last one. The simulation ends after this. Who is going to win the final trophy? Will it be someone we've already seen win, like AC Milan, for example, or Man City? Or is it going to be someone that we have never seen dominate before? I can't wait. And this is what world football looks like. Schlotterbeck, 91 million. This was the first time in a while we haven't had someone break 100 million. Quentin Timber joins Valencia from Espanyol. Rasmus Højlund moves again. He moves to Brentford this time. Moises Caicedo moves again. He leaves Portland Timbers and joins Charlotte FC. And in this simulation, he turned out 83 overall. We're back at the mighty West Ham. They did not win the league this year. Aston Villa did. I love the like 6 or 7 really strong Premier League clubs that took the Big Six's place. It's like West Ham, Aston Villa, Leeds, Leicester, Brighton, Palace, and Watford, Wolves, and Fulham. It's 9 instead of 6, whatever. Also, you can maybe throw Everton in there too. The FA Cup final was a draw. The Carabao Cup, Crystal Palace won. Wolfsburg won the Champions League in 2032. Leicester won on away goals to get to the final, but didn't actually get to the final. FIFA, please explain. And this is what the Champions League groups look like. Obviously very different since we moved all those clubs over to the MLS. Let's go to the Europa League, and Frankfurt won it. In the Conference League, Rapid Wien won it against Espanyol. West Ham are contenders in the Premier League, so this is what their team looks like. It's just mid to low 80s. Højbjerg on the bench, Laporte on the bench. He's kind of retiring here probably. Nonto down here, Rodri down here for some reason. Onana, Isak as well, Schläger. Any big transfers? Yes, Matthias de Ligt leaves Bayern Munich and goes to Brighton. Quadio Manu Kone has gone to Nottingham Forest. Lavia as well makes a move, leaves Crystal Palace and goes to Fulham for 63 million. And that is the final transfer window done. No more funny business. It's just results up to this point. Let's go to October and see who's winning. And here's the Eastern Conference. Man City top it once again with PSG and Milan on their tails. These are the teams that go out. Barcelona and Athletic Club all go out, even though they both made it to the final. And in the West, Bayern Munich top it. Inter's there, Chelsea's there, all the big clubs. No Liverpool and no Spurs though, and Villarreal obviously didn't make it. So this is what the round 1 matchups are. And this is the round 1 matches done. Real Madrid go through, as do Inter and Leverkusen. PSG scrape through on penalties. AC Milan are still there, and so are Monaco. Semi-finals with the 1 seeds. Man City do go through, and Bayern Munich go out Leverkusen 4-0. Bayern Munich finished top of the West, but Leverkusen acting like they didn't see anything. Inter go out, and so do Real Madrid. That's such a shame. So the conference finals look like this. It's going to be Leverkusen or AS Monaco, and Man City or AC Milan, a repeat of finals that we have seen multiple times in the past. And it's going to be Man City and Leverkusen, so that's what the final looks like. And here we go. It's a bright sunny day in LA, but it's 2032, 10 years into the future, and it's Manchester City versus Bayer Leverkusen in the Dignity Health Sports Park. The MLS title is up for grabs. That's right, 2 European clubs up for the MLS. Manchester City have been here before, they've lost here before, and they've won here before. Bayer Leverkusen have never reached the pinnacle of MLS football until right now. And it all comes down to this: 10 years of simulating. Who's going to win it after 10 years of chaos, big transfers, weird Ballon d'Or winners, insane results? And it's Bernardo Silva's final game as a Manchester City player. He's retiring after this game. So what's going to happen? Is he going to get a beautiful send-off into the sunset, or is he going to get kicked down once again? Let's find out. It's the MLS final, and here comes Leverkusen straight off the bat, picked off by the Man City defense. I think we're going to see a lot of that, but that's poor from Man City. Here comes Bravo straight through the middle, bang, 1-0. Leverkusen score. Bravo with the goal, and Bayer Leverkusen take the lead. That's a bit of a shock, to be honest. Man City already up against the ropes, but they've been in this position before. But if they're passing like that, they're not going to get any better. Here comes Bravo. Bravo into Bakker. What can Leverkusen find here? Bravo to Diaby. What a ball. Diaby goal. 2-0. Oh my god, it's 2-0. Leverkusen are doing it. This is incredible. A Western Conference team is destroying Man City, the 1 seed out east, making them look silly. Musa Diaby with a brilliant finish. And just like that, it's 2-0 already. Manchester City really have to get going here. They haven't even started, and they've got another chance here. Bravo slips through our rear. It's 3. What a save. I thought it was 3. I thought it was 3. Brilliant save from Edison to keep Man City in this, but this is ridiculous from Leverkusen. Great ball, header off the line. Leverkusen are absolutely brilliant. They're all over them. Man City do not know what to do at all. Here we go. Erling Haaland, not good. Frimpong picks it off. Brilliant ball to Diaby. Can he get there? Oh, not quite. And it's halftime. Bayer Leverkusen are miles on top. All those transfers, all those results, all those games of football played, hundreds of games literally in the MLS. Is it going to be Bayer Leverkusen coming out on top ahead of all of these incredible clubs? Or is Man City going to get in the way? Bernardo Silva on his final game. Absolutely atrocious. The press is high, but Leverkusen just have the patience to build out. And here they go. They have an overload here on the left-hand side. Back here down the left wing. Diaby to Fofana. Brilliant football. Horton has just come on. Save. Horton to Fofana. One more to Diaby. Is this it? Good save. That's a terrible shot. Brilliant football. Erling Haaland straight through the middle, bodied by Peters. Oh my god, he got big bodied. Lang panicking in the defense. No, he's not. Brilliant pass. Leverkusen looks so composed on the ball. It's over, and the winner is Bayer Leverkusen. They win the MLS Cup in year 10, the final year of our simulation. Manchester City fall short again. 3 times we've watched them in game, and 3 times we've seen them fail. Twice against AC Milan and once against Bayer Leverkusen. All the red jerseys, they always lose. Bayer Leverkusen, after 10 years of being in the MLS with all of the best clubs from Europe, win the final title. Trials and tribulations, transfers and trauma. Bayer Leverkusen of all teams win the MLS Cup. 10 years into the future, we put all of Europe's best teams into the MLS, and Bayer Leverkusen came out on top. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then check out this video where I took Mbappe and Haaland's careers and swapped them. I think you'll love it. Check it out. Thank you so much for watching.